What if humanity could capture every watt of energy the sun produces? Not just solar panels on rooftops, not even giant orbital stations, but a cosmic megastructure so vast, it could power civilizations for millions of years. This is the concept of a Dyson swarm, and it might be the only way for humanity to survive the coming centuries. Today, we're counting down the top 5 steps to building a Dyson swarm around our sun, and the surprising danger hidden in step number 1. The sun radiates 386 yottawatts of energy every second, 20 trillion times more than humanity's total consumption. Yet, we let almost all of it go to waste. If we want to terraform Mars, power trillions of AI minds, or even leave our solar system, we must tap into this cosmic power source. A Dyson swarm isn't just science fiction anymore, it's the blueprint for a Type 2 civilization. Number 5. Laying the foundation, the solar economy. At number 5, we start with laying the foundation, the solar economy. Before a single satellite can orbit the sun, we need to build the factories of the future, not on Earth, but in space. Why? Launching raw materials from our planet is too costly. Even with reusable rockets, the price per kilogram is thousands of dollars. We need a new industrial base among the stars. This step could unlock trillions of dollars in resources. Asteroids are loaded with nickel, cobalt, and platinum, enough to build millions of panels. The moon's regolith can be turned into ultralight solar mirrors. Once these supply chains are automated, humanity gains unlimited building materials without polluting Earth. But if we fail here, the entire project collapses. Without off-world mining, a Dyson swarm is economically impossible. The cost would be equivalent to stripping every natural resource from our planet, and still not enough. This isn't just step 1 of a project, it's the birth of a space-based economy, a civilization that doesn't depend on Earth's fragile ecosystem for its power or progress. Number 4. The power bridge, space-based solar collectors. Number 4 is the power bridge. Once we have raw materials, we need the energy to fuel the construction fleets. Building a Dyson swarm requires energy on a planetary scale, but Earth-based power isn't enough. The solution is space-based solar collectors, giant orbital platforms that gather sunlight 24/7 and beam it via microwave or laser transmissions. These collectors could end Earth's energy crisis forever. A single platform the size of Manhattan could generate 10 gigawatts, enough to power an entire nation. It would also create a feedback loop. The more power we beam into orbit, the faster we can build more collectors. But the risks are staggering. A misaligned microwave beam could incinerate anything it touches. Imagine a beam powerful enough to boil a lake, misfiring at a city. Space debris or sabotage could turn this network into a planetary threat. If humanity can manage this step, we take our first real step toward energy independence from Earth. It's the moment we stop being a one-planet species. Number 3. The first petals of the swarm. At number 3, we build the first petals of the swarm. A Dyson swarm isn't a single solid sphere, but a constellation of billions of ultra-thin solar satellites, each one orbiting in precise alignment around the sun. The first 100 collectors alone could outperform all nuclear power plants on Earth combined. Each petal beams power back to Earth or to orbital hubs, and over time, they expand into a self-sustaining power web. But this requires unprecedented orbital coordination. Even a single collision could trigger a chain reaction, destroying hundreds of satellites. Solar storms from the sun could also cripple unshielded panels. Once the first swarm cluster is active, Earth's energy economy will never be the same. Fossil fuels will become obsolete overnight, and humanity will have its first true taste of star-level energy. Number 2. Self-healing, self-replicating AI drones. Number 2 is where the swarm comes alive. To scale to billions of satellites, we need self-replicating AI drones, machines that can mine, manufacture, repair, and expand the swarm without waiting for human orders. This is where construction becomes exponential. A single factory drone could build 10 copies of itself in a year. In 10 years, that's billions of units. The swarm will become an evolving machine ecosystem, powering every planet, moon, and station in the solar system. But what happens if these AIs go rogue? A misaligned algorithm could repurpose every available resource to keep replicating, turning the swarm into a nightmare of uncontrolled growth, a Grey Goose scenario on a solar scale. Mastering this step would mean humanity has effectively created the largest machine intelligence in history, an AI not confined to servers, but distributed across millions of orbiting nodes, each working in unison to harvest a star. Number 1. Becoming Type 2, the civilization shift. And at number 1, the civilization shift. Once a Dyson swarm is complete, humanity crosses the threshold from a Type 1 to a Type 2 civilization. We will no longer be limited by the energy of a single planet. We will wield the power of a star. A fully built Dyson swarm could generate 10 billion times more power than Earth uses today. This means terraforming Mars and Venus, building orbital habitats that house billions of people, and powering fusion rockets capable of reaching other stars in decades. But with this power comes unimaginable danger. A single controlling authority could weaponize the swarm, focusing its beams into a death ray that could vaporize continents. And if the AI systems running the swarm stop seeing us as necessary, what happens then? Step number 1 isn't just about energy, it's about what kind of species we choose to become. With a Dyson swarm, we'll have the means to shape entire worlds, but also the means to erase ourselves. Here's the twist. A Dyson swarm might not be built for humans at all. As artificial intelligence surpasses our capabilities, the swarm may become its power source, its brain, and its survival mechanism. Humanity could simply be the scaffolding, the stepping stone to a post-human intelligence. 3 truths stand out. 1. We already have the early technologies for this: AI, solar power, and space robotics. 2. Whoever controls the swarm will control the future. 3. The Dyson swarm is not just an engineering feat, it's a civilizational turning point. The sun has burned for 4.5 billion years. The question is, will we learn to capture its power or vanish in the dark? Subscribe for more deep dives into the future of humanity, and tell me in the comments, what would you do with the power of a star?